Leo stood on the porch of Grandma Ilara's house. It wasn't like his house. His house was new and bright. This house was old, with ivy crawling up the walls and windows that looked like sleepy eyes. "I don't feel so good," Leo told his mom, clutching his backpack. Grandma Ilara gave him a hug that smelled like lavender and old books. "Welcome, my little adventurer," she said. But as Leo looked down the long, dim hallway, he didn't feel like an adventurer. He felt very, very small. A tall grandfather clock ticked loudly. Tock, tock, tock. The guest room was cozy, but the shadows were not. The wardrobe looked like a giant with its arms open wide. A tree branch, like a bony finger, scraped against the window. Scrape, tap, tap. Leo pulled the thick quilt right up to his eyes. He was just about to fall asleep when he heard it. Thump, thump, thump. It was a soft sound, coming from downstairs. Leo's heart started to beat as fast as a hummingbird's wings. What was that? It didn't sound like Grandma Ilara. He wanted to hide, but then he remembered his dad saying, "Bravery isn't about not being scared. It's about doing it anyway." Leo grabbed his flashlight from his backpack. He clicked it on, and a wobbly circle of light danced on the floor. He tiptoed out of the room, creak. The thumping was louder now. It was coming from the living room. Leo held his breath and peeked around the corner. The room was dark, but he could see the red glow of the dying fire in the fireplace. And he could see a shape, a big, lumpy shape in Grandma's favorite armchair. Leo's hand was shaking, but he aimed his flashlight at the lumpy shape. The beam of light shot across the room and landed on a giant, fluffy cat. The cat was curled in the armchair, lazily batting a ball of yarn against the chair's wooden leg. Thump, thump, thump. Just then, a light flicked on. "Leo, what are you doing up, sweetie?" Grandma Ilara stood in the doorway, holding a mug. She smiled when she saw the cat. "Oh, you've met Shadow. He's a little shy, but he's very friendly. I was just getting us some warm milk." They sat together by the warm fireplace, sipping milk. The big cat, Shadow, hopped onto Leo's lap and started to purr, a sound like a tiny motor. The house wasn't creaking or scraping anymore. It was just quiet and cozy. The shadows were just shadows. When his parents came the next morning, Leo ran to the door. "I solved it," he shouted. "I solved the case of the midnight thump." He felt proud and brave. Grandma Ilara's house wasn't scary at all. It was full of secrets and adventures, and he couldn't wait for his next sleepover.